What's up, brother?
What's going on?
Too much, nothing much. How's your day been?
Just finished all the paperwork because everyone's mostly on vacation, so they got me
All right.
backing up other people. So I was able to
Okay. You was
finish a little
covering.
early, turn in all the paperwork, prep my schedule for January,
All right.
emailed all the programs, and I'm good to go now.
Good.
I think I was finished by 4,
All right, nice.
so I'm tired. What's today's statue talk about?
I need statue talk. Today's wrestling talk.
Wrestling talk. Oh,
Wrestling talk.
finally, a
Something
topic I
real.
really get into. Yes.
Something real to talk about.
AEW is sinking fast. Jump the ship,
Yes.
jump the ship.
I was just about to say that. Their pay-per-view name is World Ends tomorrow. Is that like a precursor of what's gonna happen to AEW, or
I
what do you
have
think?
no idea. I think it's the end of ROH altogether. ROH is going to be absorbed into AEW, and then that's it. The belts are going to be like the way WWE has the belts now. You have 2
Right.
tag team titles on each show, or champions on each show. So,
Right. Yeah, I, I,
but I
I
don't
was
know.
watching. It's weird, right? He brought ROH. He didn't do nothing with it. Then he started doing shows. You could only watch the ROH shows on YouTube. They don't promote it like they do the AEW as much. It's like just basically like backstage segments on Instagram and YouTube, and
Yeah.
that's
So
about it.
MJF losing the tag titles just it don't mean nothing.
Right? They got to do something with it. They got to either make it
Yeah,
more prominent like they wanted to, or just like you said, put the belts all in AEW. Have all the ROH stuff on
Saturday.
Friday, and then all the AEW stuff on Wednesdays.
So yeah, I mean that's always what he needs to find balance. He's focusing
Right.
too much on what all the wrestlers WWE shits out, because whatever
Right.
they shit out, he flaunts it, and it's like, bro, what about the people that helped start the company?
Right.
Like I just read, my guy Ty Dillinger, his contract is up
Oh yeah.
supposedly,
Yep. Sean Spears, he's gone.
but also at the same time, he was one of the masked men for the
Right.
devil.
He was helping out.
So
Yeah.
it's like,
So
killing
now
me
it's
small.
yeah. So it's one of those things like, did he really leave? Is he just saying that? So nobody knows what's going on.
It's cold, baby.
And it's what's funny? I was thinking about that too. It's weird to a sense because of they the Bucks took off. The Bucks are tired. Kenny's sick now. Matt Jackson's wife quit. She's no longer what was it that she was doing? Like for marketing, she's no longer with them.
Yeah.
She's no longer with marketing. Cole is out hurt. So I think a lot of it has to do with what's going on. Paige came back, and I think he was in for like 2 segments, and now he's gone. And he doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah, Britt's gone.
Yeah,
I'm glad that they're focusing on like Sky Blue and
right. Yeah,
and
that's
the
good.
others, but but at the same time, it's just like I'm getting tired of that. What's that gimmick with the black and white?
Right.
Tony Storm.
Oh, Tony Storm.
It was funny the first couple weeks, but now it's just like, yeah,
Right.
it's right. It's run its course.
But it's gonna probably be one of those, in her next match, probably with Riho or something, or if she passes Riho, whoever's gonna fight her next, she'll probably get conked in the head or something, and she'll come back to reality and get out of that black and white, so they can change it. Maybe Jamie Hayter will come back and do something to her and turn her back to regular Tony Storm. I don't know. It's just weird.
I don't know. I kind of want to see Miho win because I kind of miss Miho.
Yeah,
I miss the Japanese females.
No, that's not. Sakura was the one that just won the belt recently. They had the belt before it.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, Riho was the first champ, the first female champ.
Yeah, the first AEW Women's champ.
Right. Yeah, so it's probably time for her to get it back.
Man, well, she's a 2-time champ herself, so could she be the first time, 3-time champ tomorrow night?
The 2-time. Yeah, we gotta see. I don't think they're gonna give it to her, but Tony Storm, even though we don't care for the gimmick, she's over.
Yeah,
everybody else loves it.
Yeah, everyone likes her throwing the shoe and everything. It's like, okay,
yeah. That was funny. That first time she threw the shoe at Renee, and Renee almost screamed. She almost jumped out of her skin.
But I don't know. The Bucks, I don't know. I find it convenient. Kenny is sick.
Yeah, he's like he's
With
what is it that particular line
same thing Brock Lesnar had.
Yeah, exactly. I was saying the same thing. I was like,
Like it's a quick yeah, well, depending on the severity, well, it is an operation. They remove that part of the intestine.
right.
And he has to change his diet, but
Mhm.
he should be back soon.
Depending on what they do, like you said, it all depends on how bad it was and how early they caught it. To see what happens. He may not wrestle ever again.
The tag champs. Who are the current tag champions?
The current tag champions, your guess is as good as mine. I keep forgetting who the current tag champs is. That's what's sad about it. We haven't been using them for so long.
Because
Like, who are the tag champs? It's not FTR because FTR lost them already. Oh, Starks and Big Bill.
Oh, that's right.
Right. So now that Kenny's out, I guess it's going to be Sammy and Jericho against Starks and.
Yeah, but I don't think that's gonna. I think they're gonna lose that too. I think Ricky and them are gonna keep the belts a little while longer.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to see Ricky with the belt. He had the Taz belt. Was he
For a minute? Yeah. He
was
had the
TNT, was he a TNT champ as well?
I don't remember.
I'm not sure if he was or not. He needs to be a champ already.
But
he needs to be a real champ.
Is good too.
Yeah,
it's like I know the big guy's not going to be able to get the world belt, but to see him get at least the tag belt, it's good to see. He's paid his dues. In fact, I think he's made quite the comeback compared to his run WWE.
After all that nonsense with Enzo,
with Carmella and Enzo, and I think being in TNA humbled him.
That helped him out when he was Morrissey.
Yeah,
when he was Morrissey in TNA, that helped him out.
Yeah,
that helped him out a little bit. Got him, focused. Then he met his current wife or fiance, whatever, Lexi. She does the backstage interviews on AEW. Yeah. So it's good. It's good to see him wrestling, not the way he was before.
And then we have the tournament.
The tournament that I said from when it started is going to be Eddie versus Mox, because they got to do the whole. He gave up the belts. I'm giving up my titles so I could be, so I could prove myself. And then he lost all those first matches, and then he struggled and he came back and he got his matches in.
Moxley could win again? Like fuck.
If they put Moxley to win against him, it's going to be terrible. Like it was good. What was it? Yesterday? Not yesterday. On Wednesday when he beat Bryan.
Yeah,
that was a good match, and he beat Bryan because he was saying he had never beaten him before. Always the underdog. Bryan was talking crap about him, calling him a bum, and he beat Bryan. That was good. That's a good storytelling.
What the hell? My screen froze.
Nah, you're moving. I see you.
I don't know. Your screen and my screen. I'm looking at it now. It's frozen.
I see you moving though.
All right, whatever. I don't need to see my face. Know what it looks like. But still, it's just like, did Moxley need to go all the way to the end?
Exactly. I was actually hoping that Swerve would have came up.
Yeah,
that it could have been Swerve versus Eddie. But then Eddie's style and Swerve's style, I don't think they would have worked together because of the way the way Swerve moves around. He's back and forth, high fly, all the athleticism, and
Eddie's not a hard hitter. He's a power hitter.
Eddie's my guy, but he's just chop,
like,
chop,
when
chop.
You do tournaments like this is like, I don't know. I feel like Tony Khan when it comes to Jon Moxley.
Yeah, he's a marker.
He's AEW's version of John Cena. It's just like he has to squash everybody, and it's just like, it's enough already. Like fuck. Like Mox is good, but he ain't that damn good.
Exactly. I guess it's the whole thing of he held them down through the pandemic, so they got at least give him some type of love. Let me get my other guy up in here.
Hey. And I thought this guy was supposed to be injured.
What's up, brother?
What up, kids?
What's up, Ortiz?
Alicia,
what's up?
I'm trying.
What's going on?
Damn, Mike. Relax, okay? Take it easy. Okay, what's up?
What's going on, buddy?
Man, it's been ages.
I know. What the hell happened?
What the hell happened? Time, life.
Yes, time, big time, right?
Freaking frozen over here, man. Get a better internet already. You.
No. I got good internet. I got shit connection. That's what it is.
That's what you gotta stop getting your neighbor's connection like you used to do. Like,
Stop stealing that phone line, right?
steal all their like fucking all their shit. Man. Damn. So where's Gers?
Yeah,
He hasn't come on yet.
Mr.
What's up?
Kennedy, how are you?
yo, how's it going?
I'm Eric.
What's up, man? And this is my buddy Eric. Eric, this is
Okay.
Anthony.
What's going on, Eric?
Chilling. I
Yeah, my
haven't. I
browser
don't know if I've
crashed.
heard. I don't know if I have. I met you way back, and just because you basically had another apartment. We had another home at
Mhm.
Jose's back in the day.
Yeah.
Back
I was
in,
the hangout.
Co-op City.
Yeah. Yeah, we started
They don't
talking
invite no
about
one to his house no more.
yeah.
He don't come out no more.
You don't come out because you don't have that. You don't need to be doing those. I mean, this is back in the day, the PPVs that we used to watch
Yeah.
every damn week. I mean, well, every month or every other month. It was pretty sick.
We was talking about your favorite topic, AEW, just now.
Oh boy, all fucked up wrestling. I mean, this thing is a mess, bro.
I was saying that the title for their pay-per-view tomorrow's World Ends. Is it fitting
World is-
for the company?
Yeah, that's pretty. It's pretty fitting there. That's ironic. That's crazy because that
It's
thing
very-
is like going right down the toilet, bro. That
Mhm.
shit is just circling the the drain.
Yeah, because compared to the AEW back then to now, it's just like pretty much you have everyone that washed out at WWE now.
Yep.
Let's fill up the spot. I miss the original rosters. Like I'm
Mm.
still lucky to get to see Best Friends, even though I'm tired of Freshly Squeezed, man.
Orange, yeah.
That homie, yeah, he needs to drop the belt. He is. His
Yeah,
shit
that
fails.
title is worthless. That title is as useful as a 24/7 title.
That's Tony. That's the
Pretty much.
mascot. That's Tony's favorite.
Yeah, that's Tony's mascot. Yeah,
boy.
that's
Favorite wrestler.
Tony's R-Truth.
Yes,
Let's
it's
put it
Tony.
that way. That's Tony's
No.
R-Truth.
No, and he needs to have the title.
Yeah.
Tony's R-Truth is Swerve's boy that does
Oh,
dance.
Prince
I
Nana.
love
the
that
chicken
cat. I
jiving.
love Prince Nana.
That's
Only
the
thing he
best.
doesn't
That's
do
the
is
best
pretty
part
much
of his
no more.
entrance.
Prince
The
Nana
Nana
and
dance.
freaking Swerve should be holding. He should be holding at least, if not the TBS. What is it? The
The TNT.
The TNT.
Yeah,
That's the women's, right?
yeah. The TBS is the
Like,
women's.
all these belts are going like crisscrossing each other. There's too many already. You
Yeah,
don't have the prestige to back those belts up. And
Right.
you could throw them
I
on
think
anyone
Orange
right now.
Cassidy's
No one will
belt
care.
Is the Intercontinental title, so that
Except
should
for Swerve.
that should be
He's on-
Swerve's.
He's
Yeah,
like the
that-
only
that-
candidate.
their Intercontinental, which is the international title, should be on Swerve
On Swerve.
right now.
Whoever-
Like
whoever is-
get off, let Orange go. The heavyweight champ right now, MJF has it, which is good, but
But it's clear.
MJF has already clearly ran his course.
No, but it's clear that Tony doesn't understand what he has. Like he doesn't understand the roster. That's what who's draw. He doesn't understand what a draw
Right, yeah.
really is.
Mhm.
If you know, go online, go on, do the research, have people go out, have a street team, whatever you have to do to understand
Right.
that who are the people that people are saying the most. Go online, Swerve is mentioned the most.
Right.
Aside from CM Punk and everyone else and MJF leaving, Samoa Joe should
Right.
have had the title like months ago.
Mhm.
He should have traded it back and forth with at least when they had CM Punk at the time, or at least MJF or someone at that level.
Right.
They don't have anyone. They don't have anyone that you could like, except for Swerve is your only card. That's the only card he has, and he needs to recognize that.
Right. And then it's funny because like you just mentioned about Joe. Tony Khan purchased ROH. He put Joe as the heavyweight champ from ROH, and then all of a sudden Joe basically shits on the belt. I don't want the belt. I want the AEW belt. He gets rid of it.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know who
Like,
made that.
don't get me
call.
wrong. It doesn't have the same prestige as the old ROH TV programming, but when Nigel was the champ, Brian was a champ. Homicide, all those guys were champions. Joe was champ. Cole was champ at one point as well. But once they took it over, it's basically the same thing. Like how when WWE took over WCW, all their belts meant nothing
Right.
Mhm.
when they came into the new company.
This is true.
Yeah, until they did the brand split.
I mean,
And then it's
ROH
crazy, like you was talking about Tony Khan. he's supposedly a mark for wrestling, and he's a savant. He's supposed to know a lot about. Yeah,
he was what we used to do when we used to play our games.
Right, exactly.
And have our ideas and now creating shit. That's what he's playing. I mean, he's literally, that's his mentality.
Right.
He doesn't understand how the business is actually run, or a
right.
business ran with the components that you need to make it a success. He thinks he's playing games, or he's at his forum in AOL like he used to be, be running his eFed and shit like that.
Right. And that's like he has all the people that he likes, and then he has them on, and then all my guys that I like, they're the champions.
I mean, just look at him at the damn press conference. Just look at him. Just watch him the whole time. He has no clue what he's doing there. He's just there. He's just there to be there.
To
spout metrics because he has his business background. He's gonna spout metrics. He's gonna be like, "Oh, we had the best quarter, this, that, earnings and PPVs are up and this." He doesn't know how to push the talent though. He just knows how to talk the business, act like he talked to me. He could fake the funk too, because he's saying, if you hear all of his latest interviews, everything is great. He's like Tony the Tiger. Everything is great. There's nothing going on. There's like flames, like the whole house is coming down around him. He's like, we're good.
The house in the back is on fire. He's like, we're fine. We're doing great.
That meme with the dog in the burning house.
Yeah, exactly.
My man is one pair of yellow boots away from being Herb Abrams.
Yeah.
Okay, because that's how far gone he's going. I've seen him lose his. I'm just like, okay, now I see why Cody left, and I see why the Bucks are there, because they were technically in charge.
You could see why Cody, you could tell Cody's mentality was never their mentality. That those are two different. And and because Cody was already, Cody did the WWE thing, then went away, made something of himself in the independents, so he walked both lines. He'd been in those worlds. But Young Bucks, none of them never been at the WWE. They don't know what that type of
so they aligned themselves at the right time. They don't know what
it being in a structured corporate environment where they have actual rules and regulations and shit and you have to go up and knock on the door to get like an attention from someone to be like, hey, do you think I could do this? Is not just, let's just all, let's commune and do this brainstorming, and you do this, you do that. Maybe that's how that shit is run. They don't know that. So Cody, you can see Cody was there for however long. You could tell he was trying. He
was trying to be a wrestling promoter like his dad.
He's not gonna shit on them. He was like, I can't do shit. I can't help these guys.
It was one of those things like when they joined together in Japan, and then they made the AEW.
Right.
At that point, they were all together. They were working together. It started to collapse on its own.
You call yourself VPs and stuff.
Yeah. They all of them are VPs. The Bucks, Cody, Kenny, Hangman, Jericho. All of them are VPs. So just like in the old days and like the days of WCW, you had your Booker. Yep. When the Booker came in, Kevin Nash was if Kevin Nash was the Booker, I'm not losing. Right. I'm gonna win.
Yep.
No,
I mean
Hulk Hogan was the same way. I'm not losing. You got to book me to win every time. So, that's what happened with the elite crew.
You're talking about WCW, right?
Kenny wouldn't lose.
Oh,
the Bucks would never lose, and Cody would never lose.
Right.
And then the fans started turning against Cody. And once they turned against Cody, Cody was like, you know what? I smell something in the air right now. Something's going on. And I guess
did you not notice? Did you notice that he hardly ever worked with that other? So when you say the other side, I'm talking the Bucks. I'm talking I'm talking like PWG.
He never worked with them. And
all those West Coast people that are in cahoots with each other and want to play with each other, basically.
Right.
And Cody Rhodes you could tell he was apart from that. He was trying to do something. Who know? I mean, he tried the shit with Shaq, and he brought in Cargill, and he was doing that. That kind of like didn't go anywhere. Then he was working with MJF. He was working. He started with MJF which was a strong start, like their first year and that first clash that they had, where he told them if you lose, you can't ever go for the title. I don't know why he did that, but
when he
made it interesting.
Turned on them,
we were like, okay, they're thinking down the line, he's going to eventually break that and get that title or vie for it. But so there was setting seeds, and then there was this other camp that was doing the ridiculous, flippy bullshit. Nobody, I mean, that wows their West Coast, crowd, and it was just, you could tell there was no cohesion. There was none.
Right.
And so, fast forward, here we are. He's like, now you have that whole other, their contingent is waking up to them. Like the West Coast people are getting tired of all the, you've done this before.
Right.
You
can't have super kick parties every night when you fight. Yeah,
exactly. And then what, this Dark Order wants their freaking, I keep saying, like, Dark Order wants their gimmick back, their storyline gimmick with the masked people running around the ring, and like, we've been there before. That was the shit that
that's when they first started with the Dark Order. Yeah,
it's even lamer now, and then it's surrounding MJF. You're like, oh my god. And then
it's with, even like what you're saying with the whole masked man, the devil. Cool, MJF did the masked man a while ago. He came out with the mask or whatever. All right, that was cool. Just to show off. Whatever. And he was fighting against Punk. All right, Punk is gone. You do the gimmick again, but supposedly someone stole the gimmick, and I guess with the way the storyline was running, I guess they were trying to do it as Adam Cole was going to be the masked man.
Right.
But then Cole legit got hurt. So now he legit got hurt. So now they can't do nothing. So now they're just dragging out this masked man thing.
Yeah, now I'm hearing that he possibly could be Samoa Joe himself.
Yeah. Well, what I was also hearing is, which I pray to God it's not.
It better not be Jungle Boy. You better not say
from what people are trying to say, or rumored wise, is that they might just pull another Vince McMahon and he's the fucking Dark Lord. It was me, Stone Cold. It was me all along.
What, it being?
And it's going to be Tony Khan as the devil.
Oh, and then he puts himself as an on-air talent now.
Right, because remember, that time when MJF had the belt, that he had his breakdown, and he cursed Tony Khan out on TV. He did his little CM Punk. Broke the fourth wall, started talking to the fans. He had the mic drop, and he was cursing them. He broke out and he disappeared. Remember, he took the belt and ran away.
That would be instant death. If they do that just no one's watching that show ever.
Right, again. And then so tomorrow
it's gotta be like, is either going.
It's got to be somebody big. It has to be somebody big, because if
it's Adam Cole, it's Adam
right, but it should be Adam Cole.
That just took the belt. You recognize
Adam Cole. Yeah, Adam Cole doesn't have to fight.
That's freaking undisputed. That's the undisputed.
Yeah, that's yeah.
That's who they are.
Sure they got Bobby Fish came back,
and the devil is Adam Cole because he's putting the wall on everybody. He's not really injured. He's already healed. He's coming back already. He's just they had to play it, so that
as him still being hurt. Yeah,
yes, he being hurt, but he's not hurt. That's MJF. I mean,
that's Adam Cole. Yeah,
Cole. And then you could see that one movement. That's freaking the martial art dude.
Yeah, that's Kyle O'Reilly.
Kyle O'Reilly.
Yeah,
O'Reilly.
So it's funny too, because Roddy's there. He has Taven and he has Bennett,
right?
And they were Kingdom together,
right?
And remember, Cole was part of the Kingdom as well.
Yep.
Yes, he was.
He was the leader of the Kingdom as well. So
there you go.
It's one of those things. Like,
yep,
the Undisputed Kingdom.
Exactly.
Now,
get them together.
They try to do like a herring. They try to do like a red herring with Wardlow, like to kind of tease that maybe he was one of them, and maybe they were going in that direction. But I think they changed it. I think he has it. I think hopefully they need to leave. They need to leave Wardlow on his own path to the title.
If they will use him,
just don't use him right. Somebody write some shit. Somebody
write something good for him.
Write some good shit for him, because he's.
When he came back, I thought I was like, all right, we're gonna get a new run with him. Nope.
Yeah, nothing. And that's the bad thing. Like a lot of the guys that are coming back. Yeah, a lot of guys that are coming back. This is the same things happen, like you said. They come in, the fans cheer, and then where are they?
They're gone.
They're not even on TV no more. Look.
That's the thing. They don't know how to continue the storyline. Like have an episode. Have a next episode. Like
continue. Continue what's going on. Yeah.
What happened with all those vignettes with Hobbs? And trying to, get back on his own and everything.
Right, yeah. The book of Hobbs, and now Hobbs is down with Don Callis.
Yeah, it's like,
That's what I'm
really
saying. They
though?
have no. Like
There's
you
no
have
structure.
your
There's
main
no real
plot,
structure, no storytelling.
your sub stories. Yeah, like you got
Yeah, they have no. They don't have their main story to focus on, and then they don't have the sub stories below
you're
it
gonna see
to
Wardlow
continue.
a month, like 3 months later, walking down the hallway. Oh, look, it's Wardlow. We haven't seen his ass like
Yeah.
forever.
They showed him, I think, last week he was like lifting weights, and then that was it. And they cut him off again.
Again. He's mad,
Mhm. And then now the whole continental the new the tournament that they just did, which is the G1, is the poor version of the G1 for AEW.
Continental breakfast.
Yeah, the continental breakfast title that they're going to get
That's what it
on
sound
Saturday.
like.
Like we were saying earlier, they had Swerve. Swerve was hot. Everybody loved Swerve from the whole time.
And you made
Between him and Page's match, him versus Page basically made Swerve for AEW.
True.
Because Swerve has always been a great wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
When he was in Lucha Underground as the master wrestler, I can't remember when he was Killshot in Lucha Underground, he was great.
Remember that
because it was him versus this guy Ricochet when he was Big Puma.
Yep.
They fought together. He fought against Pentagon in Lucha Underground. They had great matches.
Shit.
Went to AEW. I'm not AEW. He went to NXT. He was great in NXT. They didn't use him properly like NXT sometimes does. They don't use their people properly.
Triple
and he came
H
to
likes
AEW.
Ricochet. Triple H is a fan of Ricochet. Those are his toys.
Right, exactly.
Those are his toys, and Vince did not like Ricochet. So when he came in, he slowed down he cut his momentum, right? He cut his leg out from under him.
Right.
So watch, they're gonna be, he's positioning the pieces because right now there's a lot going on at the top at WWE. There's just a lot in the mix there, and they have to kind of like somehow work Ricochet somewhere. Maybe he's injured. I don't know, but
right. Well, no, Ricochet's been back and forth fighting, but it's always one of those matches of we have somebody we need 5 people to fight each other. Who's going to be the Intercontinental? Who's going to fight Gunther for his title?
Be the highlight in this.
Yeah, let's put Ricochet in with five other guys, and let's get Ricochet.
Exactly.
Get Ricochet just there, and then squash him at the end, and then let Gunther win.
Or he gets rolled up or something.
Right, exactly. But yeah, like I was saying about Swerve, Swerve had his few matches before he fought Page. And they made it like a serious thing, and then the match between them that they were bleeding all over the place. That made him.
You could tell Page does have no idea how to be a superstar.
Oh no, not at all. Not one bit.
How to get there?
Not one bit. I think Page's downfall to me was Marty Scurll getting in trouble for what happened to him with the whole talking to young girls.
I remember that. Yeah.
Because remember it was always Paige and Marty together.
Yep.
When they were in New Japan, it was always up together. Marty was an entertainer.
Right.
So he was able to carry. He was able to carry Paige as an entertainer.
Marty was a star. I mean,
he was
all that. He had
everything. He had everything that Paige didn't have. He carried. Yeah. So now, Swerve did this whole tournament. Don't know why they let Mox go over again in the triple threat with Jay White and Swerve.
Because he wants to win.
And now he got the big demotion, and now he's going to fight Keith Lee that's never on television.
Another one that's wasted.
Yeah,
another one that they misuse.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad that Keith Lee was used so good in NXT, but like you said, that was Triple H's babies.
That's his kids.
When they moved him up, they gave him the bear claw gimmick or whatever the hell they were calling him.
That was messed up. And they changed his intro. And they changed his
intro. They took that. They didn't want to pay the dude the royalty for the song.
They gave him
that corny ass song that he had. Then they put him in a singlet because Vince didn't want him showing off his stomach.
At first, they put him in a damn skirt.
Yeah.
He was like in like
that
weird
that Conan thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
they did the same thing with Karrion Kross.
I mean, the showing.
Yeah.
Did you not see? I mean, did you not remember? I mean, I'm sure you saw the Royal Rumble. I mean, not Royal Rumble. God damn it, was it the Survivor Series where he showed out? Like they almost beat, Smack. I think it was SmackDown that one.
Yeah, SmackDown versus Raw. Yeah, when him and Roman fought. Yeah,
that was the dope. You were like, you can see what he got, and people loved it, and they were cheering for him. The crowd was behind him, and now you're like,
Yeah, like what
I
happened?
don't see anything, you know. He doesn't have upside. I mean, it doesn't help that he talks very soft. He's a soft
Right.
spoken dude when he talks, and he's like trying to
He's
be
very
like
monotone when he
rigid and
speaks.
be clear, and he needs to just be more, you know, just fucking go off. You're a big
Yeah.
dude, you know. Stop talking like Fraser Crane. Like, like I'm sorry, but you know that's how Cornette puts it. He sounds like Fraser Crane out there,
Yeah,
like, doing some.
he wants to be a
Supposedly, what?
I'm like,
Authors of Pain are coming back and going to be lining up with him.
who?
With Authors
Oh,
of
with
Pain.
Karrion Kross, yeah.
oh yeah,
They're gonna
oh,
be
that
going
would
with
be
That's
Paul
what they're
Ellering.
saying, that the Authors of Pain are supposed to be his sidekicks.
oh, that would be dope.
With Paul
Or his
Ellering. And I'm like,
minions.
Yeah, with Precious
Okay.
Paul.
That would be great.
okay, let Paul talk.
Yeah, you know, just like you let Heyman speak, let Paul Ellering speak, because Paul Ellering knows how to do the
Oh,
job.
man. Yeah.
You know,
I
Paul
mean,
Ellering's a mic guy.
Paul Ellering, I feel. I mean, the man he looks good for his age. He
Yeah,
doesn't
you
look
know.
like all frail like the other, like Tully and them, man. Like Tully was out there, like this dude. Like, if they hit him one time by mistake, he's gonna die.
He's not armed, biting people's fingers off, you know,
Like, you know,
with his gun.
Ready to pull out the gun,
armed
shoot
Anderson,
everybody.
as they dubbed him.
The
Armed Anderson.
armed, the gun
I
killer.
just put my gun at him and bam. I'm like, damn, dude, you seriously talking about that on television? You're gonna kill somebody? Prime
But yeah, it's not the, you know, it started off good.
yeah.
Now, you know, they just like WCW, they let the inmates run the asylum
Oh,
for
God.
too long, and now it's like, what do we do?
What do you expect, man?
Like, how are we gonna catch up?
He has no idea. He has no business acumen, like for
Right.
wrestling. Like he doesn't understand. It's like you should have just from the start not made any VPs or anything. Just have everybody wrestle.
Right.
Hire your staff. Hire like a real office staff, people that know how to manage these things,
Right.
how to run these things, how to book and stuff. Like get real professionals to do it. You Tony Khan, you're a fucking dealer. Just sit back and just.
Yeah, just pay the money out. That's it.
Yeah, be the money
Get your-
man, and you're good.
Get your Turner on. You know, hire people that know what they're doing and keep it moving.
Thank you. Hey, you know, Vince is like Vince. Yeah, Vince understood that. Okay, I'm only so much. I'm not a wrestler. I don't. But he knew from his family. He has a lineage. He
Right.
understands the business. He understands, and he knew how to field all of these like wrestlers coming at him, going, "Hey, but what?" You know, and if they were upset with it, he knew how to field it. He knew how to like crush those rebellions. You know, he just knew how to watch these things because
Like-
he had that kind of like he had that business mentality. And people like Stone Cold would say, like, I would come out the office like, you know, I didn't do any like he didn't do.
I came in hot and now I'm agreeing with what he said.
Feel
Yeah.
like I won the argument, and you know, like, but that's how he would do it. You know,
Mhm.
Tony Khan
Yep.
you could tell he has no clue of how to do that.
Right.
That's a certain type of person you have to be. You could tell
Yep.
he's just like behind the scenes and crying and going on X and bitching and oh man,
Yeah, he just
embarrassing.
But Tony Khan's scared for his life.
He
You
was-
know?
like you
When
said,
wrestlers get all crazy.
When I saw that, I was like, oh my god.
yeah, that was bad.
On television like this,
Oh.
like he was
Yeah,
on.
I was scared
Yeah,
for
that
my
was-
life. And
He was
really,
in fucking, yeah, and
you were scared for your
Afghanistan.
life, but you wasn't scared for your life the first time when Punk and the Bucks got into their fight the first time,
Oh my goodness.
and you were sitting next to him at the podium, but you was cool with him.
Oh, and by the way, did you see that Chris Jericho was there? He declares that.
Yeah, Chris Jericho said, I didn't sign an NDR. I can say whatever I want.
Oh my god.
He said, I was there when
Yeah,
it happened. So I can talk.
ACL's wife was also
Yeah.
there. She could talk about it. Too.
I saw everything.
But I won't
Why
talk
are you
about
yelling,
it.
first of all,
You
at
know,
4 in the
you have to go on my
morning, he
cruise.
does this tweet. I'm sorry, bro.
Yep, after the
Fucking
Jericho
Jericho
cruise, I'm
cruise.
gonna tell everything. I'm gonna tell all.
And it
I'm
won't
gonna tell all on the cruise, and nobody can see me. We're at the 7 Seas. I'll tell everything that happened that night.
He's become like a kind of like a deranged sort of person, bro. Like him and his wife, like forget it. His wife was at the insurrection too, by the way.
Yeah.
You know, he's all about that shit. He's all about that life.
Yeah.
Fucking lunatic. Why are you so fucking crazy and fanatical and totally out of like touch with reality? How? I don't understand that. It's okay to be politically on that side, but why are you guys turned out to be so fucking like twisted mentally?
Yeah.
I don't understand it. Now, if Danielson is in charge of that whole committee thing, he should charge
Yeah.
and has
He's
500
so
grand.
honest, so pure.
He's in charge of the, how is it from the back in the days? He's the judge.
Locker room judge.
He's the locker room judge now. You know,
He's the stooge.
when he goes to court, they have to
He's
see the judge, and the judge is Daniel Bryan.
He's the one that says he did not vote against CM Punk.
Yeah, and then they found out that he was the one that told Tony Khan, yeah, get rid of him.
Oh shit. So it's like, I don't know.
But yeah, it's funny because, you know, it's one of those things. A lot of people have said it before with Punk, even though, you know, a lot of the fans love CM Punk, that he is kind of toxic in the back.
To a degree, because to a degree, I just know that he's like anybody that's that he doesn't take, you know, it doesn't take much to like push his buttons. You could tell, like, the moment he probably shook hands with, he probably met. From the stories that you see, there's two sides. Obviously, you see people that go, I mean, he never had an issue with me. Every time he was courteous. He would always give me advice. He would be like, yo, let me help you out with something. He was very helpful. And then there's the other side that says like he was aloof and he was just, you know, always in like, you know, just this mood, whatever. What I can tell is just these fucking, again, the Reseda people.
Right.
Their idea of wrestling.
The Rancho Cucamonga people?
Yeah, clashing with his philosophy. And he's trying to probably see or gauge where they're at. And they're like giving them all this like weird fucking, oh, you know, I got to go out there and break glass on my head. I got to do this. He's like, can I help you? And they're like, nah, thanks. I don't need your help, old man. You know, like, you're probably giving him shit. And so he's like, and then on top of that, it didn't help that they were, you know, secretly banning against him because of the whole Colt Cabana or perceived that he was fucking Colt Cabana over when he was like, you know, how he opened up at that at the press saying, I don't have fuck all to do with him.
Right.
You know?
You got the receipts. He has a bank statement to pay his rent at his mom's house.
Yeah, and that, I mean, it was hysterical. That was like one of the greatest in recent history. Some of the most greatest wrestling.
It was funny. The scrum was funny because of the fact, like you said, he came out, he said what he was saying, and just Tony Khan's face, because he didn't know what to do. He didn't know what to say. He didn't know what to do. Nothing. He was like just stuck. Like his whole line. I'm working with fucking children.
I'm hurt.
They couldn't manage a Walmart. I was like, oh shit.
I was like,
he's killing them. Like he's just digging it into the Bucks.
And he goes into the he said these EVPs that don't even know how to fucking run a target.
Yeah.
I was like, geez, man. You could tell it doesn't. I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't take much to get him like that, but you can tell he had it up to here because it's
exactly.
You're talking about someone. If this is the wrestling business, and I know that out of the three of us, you are the draw. People are coming to see you. People are being at the gate. Some of them may be there here to see, you know, whatever, Omega or, you know, Moxley. But you're the biggest name. CM Punk is the biggest name, and you know that gate is going to make
because of him. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what and you're fucking that up, and it's not only
exactly
you're messing it up for the boss too. So it was like he saw that it was disrespectful. They let all this little petty shit get to them, and it got to him, and he blew up. I can tell. I don't blame him. I mean, I wouldn't have handled it that way. I would have done it differently, but that's
more diplomatic.
He doesn't have that. He doesn't deal with it that way. He's just like, here I go.
Here I am. Yeah.
These dudes up right now. Yeah. He's gangster. The dude's from fucking. He's from Chicago. He doesn't fuck around. You know, he's from like.
We got beef. Handle it face to face. Don't talk about it.
And he was just like, all right, because that's how people from the streets would take care of it usually.
Right. Exactly. Let's throw hands. You got something to say? Let's throw hands. That's it. And it's funny because they had that first interaction because of the Bucks and him, and they got suspended, and he got suspended. He was out. And then he came back, and it was one of those things like, all right, we're not going to say nothing to each other. We're not going to talk about each other. Yeah. And then I think that lasted a week. And then the Bucks are throwing shots. Oh, and then he got mad, and then they went to England, And Jungle Boy did his commentary about the glass, and he had it. He had it already. He was pissed off already.
Who says that like a little fucking child?
Yeah.
Real
They're like,
glass.
listen,
Cry me a river.
That was Luke Perry. Shut up. Who are
I would
you?
have been like, real glass, something more hardcore. Cry me a river. I was like,
Yeah. Like, if that was Luke Perry, shut up. What do you know about something?
Yourself as a little petulant bitch, basically.
Right.
In front of the world, bro. And then he goes back there and he's like, I want to yoke your ass. I was like, I mean, you couldn't blame him. And then they claim that Joe was like, trying to break it up.
Yeah. Joe was the voice of reason.
Yeah, Joe had to break it up and try to talk sense into them. And you could tell when they went out. You could see
he was tight. You can see in his face that he was upset. Yeah.
Face more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
He was walking out to the match. He's like,
and just like he was saying, he was the draw. He was the draw when he came in. When he left and he came back, he was drawing again. Now he left. He came back to WWE,
to a packed house.
To a packed house, which I kind of felt it was good when he came back, but they should have given him another night because they had the War Games, and that was supposed to be Randy Orton's return.
Oh yeah, that was a lot.
And they should have let Orton. They should let Orton return. He should have been the big pop for that night, and then you could have had it. You could have had Punk show up Monday.
True.
And let the fans go crazy on Monday. He didn't have to come at the end of the pay-per-view.
Wait, were they still in Chicago on Monday?
But he was in
Chicago. I think they were in Chicago on Monday.
They were? Oh, I didn't remember.
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
But then, like you were saying earlier, like I said, like you were saying earlier about Punk's draw, he sold out Madison Square Garden on a Tuesday.
House show.
Yeah. Oh,
a house show he sold out.
Imagine that.
And his match was against Dominic. He didn't even fight anybody there. He fought Dominic and beat him.
Yeah, and he gave Dominic, he shined him up.
Exactly.
People look mad. Oh, he let him beat. Are you going to put Dominic like that? Dominic is fine.
Yeah, Dominic is good.
I hate Dominic.
He's going to be all right.
Dominic is the best heel in WWE right now.
No, he's not. This kid has got the bigger silver spoon than Shane and Stephanie combined. It's so disgusting.
It's beautiful.
Everyone in the business and then everyone in the business, oh, he's such a great worker.
He's not a great worker. That's a fact.
He only trained for his father and this guy for a year.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden is teaming up with his dad. Didn't do the indies, didn't do NXT. Just all of a sudden him and his dad are wrestling and then boom, they're tag champions.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and now you expect it. And I'm like,
he was in like,
you gotta, I'm like, dude, you need to cut your teeth.
Yeah. But you gotta give him his credit. He came in with his dad. He fought with his dad. He had a little storyline. He had his little storyline with the Messiah.
They only did that because Ray eventually is going to retire. So they were like, "Yeah, let's just get rid of that. Get it out the way now."
Yeah, he did the Messiah. He fought the Messiah when Seth Rollins was the Messiah. Then he came Seth caned the shit out of him.
Oh man!
And left him all bloody outside. He's taking his licks. He hasn't taken the licks like everybody, but the few people that he fought. You
remember when
Roman Reigns powerbombed him out the ring?
Who was in that threw him into the over the top rope?
Roman powerbombed him off the ring during COVID when there's nobody there.
He tried to kill him.
He yeeted the shit out of him. He said, "Yeet!" Threw him right off.
He fucking peeled his ass.
Yeah, exactly. But
how do you survive that?
Yeah, but his best thing, even though you knew it was coming, when he turned on his father.
His father setting him up. That's what it is.
Yeah, it was great when they set him up. He joined the Judgment Day. He had mommy in his ear, Rhea Ripley.
It's still not helping him.
And she's helping him out.
But it's still not helping him. He has no real move set. He's copying off his dad, and he's copying it off Eddie. He needs his own moves. He needs.
He needs to change. If he's going to be a luchador, okay, fine. You're replicating your dad. You're replicating both your dads. Ray and Eddie. You want to be like both your dads.
Eddie. So I'm like, get Diesel like Eddie then.
Yeah. He's replicating Ray and Eddie with his movesets, but he has to get his own moves. Like you said, don't do the frog splash anymore. don't do
Yeah,
I
the
don't mind that
Nah.
because
amigos.
it's like the diss to his father, you know, to do those
Yeah, yeah,
things,
yeah. You know,
like
he's giving the finger,
but
but
still,
heel stuff, you
it's
know,
like
the three amigos and all this,
yeah,
like
that's an
fucking
homage for
great.
Eddie and stuff like that. Yeah,
That's
but
okay,
Yeah.
and people know that, and that's why he gets like the loudest boos because
Yeah.
they're like, oh, this dude,
see,
you know,
that's
he has good
TDK,
heat.
that's Memorex.
There's
right, he has
Back
good.
always,
he
Yeah,
doesn't pipe in that extra audio, and extra
yeah.
booze.
I mean, he does the 619 the opposite way. If you notice,
Yeah.
like he doesn't do it the way his father does. He does it.
yeah. He does it from the left
He does
side, I think.
everything on the opposite side. So,
Mhm.
but I mean, he's got enough heat, so it's like he's in his good heat, not go away heat. Like
Yeah.
Bucks.
Yeah, he doesn't have to go the heat to he doesn't have to say things for people to get pissed off
Yeah,
to give
like
him heat.
Corbin has go away heat, even
Yeah.
though
No,
he
WWE trains
used to. He got a little
audience
better now.
to boo this kid. And that's all it really was. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah,
because again, he's not. He needs to make his own character. Basically, he has to.
I
He
mean,
has to make it.
he got
Go
the
off on his
mullet.
own.
I mean, the best thing was the jail gimmick. I was
Eddie Mullet.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
that shit pissed me off. I was like, really
I
though?
was in jail for
Really?
2 hours.
dying, yo.
And then he got
He had the teardrop on his
Yeah,
eye.
the teardrop, like that
Oh
was
my
it.
God.
I was like, that's what you do. That's
And it's funny because of the way that they build it up. You know, him and Rhea were together. You know, he went into Ray's house and he beat up Ray when he had the cast on his leg. He beat him up for Thanksgiving. Then he
My
thought he was
mother-
gonna come.
My
Then he
mom
thought he was
hit
gonna come for
mommy.
Christmas and do the same thing. And then they arrested him, and when he's in the back of the cop car, "Mommy, help me! I can't go to jail." And then he goes
Like,
to jail.
I won't make it in jail.
I won't make it in jail. Then he comes back and he's mad hard.
I
He got the
died.
tear in his eye.
I was just like, geez.
Dressed like
That's when
Conan with
Dirty
the.
Dom was born.
That's what Dirty Thought was born. Then he had the Conan shirt
Dom
with the button on top and the T-shirt underneath.
He's
know?
empowered now, bro. He is in power.
Yep. But
I
it's
love Rhea. I love him with Rhea. And Rhea is, I mean, can you say she's a superstar, bro?
oh yeah.
She's over like a motherfucker, man. You know,
Yep.
you could do no wrong right now.
The question
you know,
is, are they
they're-
really paying attention to Dom in the ring, or are they still looking at mommy outside the ring?
Yeah.
Because I'm looking
hard.
at her.
Hey,
I'm
She tries to,
hard.
When they- when-
tries to like get people to like not.
And
like,
it's just
yeah,
like,
but you
no,
know, and
you're
the
mommy.
main thing with Rhea is this.
She got a great ass.
So you know,
Shit, that shit is tea.
and then it's funny because you know she's with Buddy,
Toned, though. It's not like blah. It's like
Yeah.
she's toned.
right?
She's a
She got the steak for it,
yeah,
right?
and she's one of my favorite. Like, I mean, in terms of selling, she sells like a. I mean, man, she sells like a freaking
Yeah.
whatever those.
And that's the thing. She came up at least with WWE because she wrestled outside of WWE before.
Yeah.
You know, she came in with the women's tournament. She had that whole wholesome look when she first came in with the blonde hair. You know, she won. I believe she won the tournament because Tegan Knox blew out her knee. I think she couldn't do anything, so she won by, I guess, default in a sense.
I think she beat Tony Storm or something like
Yeah,
that.
then she came back and beat Tony Storm for the UK title.
Right.
You know, then she became dominant NXT.
Yeah.
You know, she beat Shayna for the belt. And Shayna was a beast.
That's what she
And
turned
NXT?
into the nightmare with the
Yeah,
black.
then she turned. Then when she came over,
She
then
had the blonde, but she had the mohawk.
with the mohawk. Yeah.
Yeah,
Then she joined Judgment Day with Edge, and she had the black hair
with
and the black lipstick, and then
Ooh.
she is what she is now.
Yeah, she got that gothy.
Yeah, she
it's
got the
she was-
goth look.
She was good as a face, but I feel like she's one of those characters that works better as a heel, like Triple
Yeah.
H.
Definitely.
But
Okay face,
Could-
great heel.
she can never be like a true heel. She's gonna be like a love.
She's too over.
They love her.
Yeah, exactly. And then
audience
it's funny because she'll never be a true heel, but I don't feel she'll be a good face
either.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a tweener.
because she can't play the heel role. I mean the face role because she has that dominance and that build to be a heel.
like Becky is more of a
Yeah,
true
Becky's more of a face.
of a face. Yeah,
Yeah,
she's done the heel thing, but it doesn't really like.
right. It doesn't work for her. Yeah,
It doesn't really work. But she's
She has-
definitely better as a face.
yeah. When Becky's a heel, it's an annoying heel.
it's
It has
comedic.
that Miz feel to it, even though Miz is a great heel.
She has
But
like
that Miz feel like
I mean, I
you're
like
just annoyed by them. Like You know,
Right.
you hear their voice and they talk, and it's like, oh my god, just shut up, turn off the TV already, go away.
You know, with each like kick out, you know, she's like almost to the verge of tears, you know,
Yeah.
like, no, I can't be like she would do that a lot when she was a heel, like she couldn't put the person away, and then she'd be like,
Right.
you know, and you'd be like, okay, but it's comedic. Now, when she's doing it as a face, it's different. It has a different slant.
Right, doesn't feel to it, yeah.
She put the heel away, and the heel kicks out, and you see her kind of like, oh shit, you know, it works as better for her as a face.
Right. And you know, we have Bailey with her damage control, which
I'm waiting for her to get the boot already.
somebody
Is
it's
she
gonna come.
wrestling?
You know, they're gonna beat up Bailey and get Bailey out. And it's just gonna be Io. It's gonna be Io, Asuka, and this girl, Kyrie,
But what happened
all together.
what happened to the other, what's her name?
Who, Dakota?
Dakota.
Yeah, Dakota's the translator. So she'll still probably be in it. Like, you know, she'll be the manager to them.
I like Dakota Kai.
Yeah. It's funny because I told my other buddy, I said, every time I see Dakota and Bailey together, I get those mom-daughter movies, you know, the ones that we like to watch at night time, you know,
Okay.
stepmom, stepdaughter thing, you know, that type of thing. Because she looks just like Bailey. She looks like a young Bailey.
Mm,
Like, you look at them together, they're like a mother-daughter team.
right.
I think what's going to push Damage Control over the edge. I think Bailey's going to win the Women's Royal Rumble.
Yeah, and then they're going to have to fight against
And they're
Io.
going to be like, you got to go after Rhea, right? And she's going to be like, well, I don't know. And then
Yeah, I
they'll
don't
be like,
know.
you know what? Well, then I'm going to throw you out then. Because you ain't coming after Io.
Mm.
Then you don't
But
know.
the thing is, now Charlotte's injured.
And Charlotte's
really
hurt.
bad.
She got hurt with that in that last
So it
fight.
makes no sense. I don't know. Do you really
Yeah,
want to
she
see
does
Sasha
hurt.
Banks come back? Because I feel like now that
Mercedes? If she comes back as Mercedes, baby,
yeah.
but not as Sasha.
can't. You know they're gonna
Yeah,
come back.
Triple H is gonna make her wait.
Come back as Sasha, yeah.
She walked out, and
hmm
you know, even though they're
now that
kind of like,
Charlotte-
all right,
yeah,
past
they can-
it, they're gonna make her pay. She's got to pay her dues.
Just have to pay her dues when she comes back. Yep.
You can't just walk out like that, you know. So
But then-
her bridge with AEW is like burned. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm
I'm
saying.
like
Like
TNA bit.
she's gonna have to
Yeah.
come back, and she's gonna start wrestling like fucking what's her name, the crazy chick, the one that went nuts. She used to be the superhero, the fake superhero.
Oh, her. Oh, that chick. The one that's
Yeah.
in the background lurking. If you watch all the
Yeah,
videos in the
like,
background,
staring
she's just
and-
standing
she's
there.
hysterical. I
Yeah.
love her. Nikki
They
Cross.
Nikki
They're
Cross,
gonna bring back Dana Brooks just so Sasha can lose to her.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
yep. She'll probably he'll make her job. You know, Triple H's gonna make her job to like mad people.
But you know what's funny? If she comes back, which more than likely it looks like she's gonna come back either way.
Right.
If she comes back, she honestly should come back as Mercedes, not come back as Sasha.
And Mercedes Moné.
And then come back and oh, Sasha's back, blah 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 blah. And then she comes out with the
they're
whole
gonna have to come. They're
the
gonna
heel,
have to give up that name.
that whole heel gimmick. No, I'm not Sasha Banks.
Mm.
You know, I'm Mercedes Monet, blah 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 blah. You know, that's not me. I'm no longer this person.
But they're gonna take that name and own it.
Oh yeah, you know,
Pretty sure they don't want. She
Mhm.
doesn't want.
they don't
that.
want to. They don't want to
That's
pay
her
her
real
for her
name.
for her name. Yeah,
Mercedes,
That little bit will go
Mercedes
back
is
to
her
top.
real first name.
right.
Mercedes Vernado.
Yeah, exactly. Use her name, her real name.
So she's not gonna do that.
You know, it's wrestling. We never know what's going to happen.
I mean, they have,
Yeah,
I mean,
we
at least
were so close to getting
they,
4
they
horsewomen.
agree on a payment of some kind.
Right.
They
Yeah,
will.
they got to do something. Just like like when she came back as a heel. That she came in and she had the red hair. She pulled it off. That she had the blue wig on.
That's when she
That
was
she was
started
the
to feud
blueprint.
with,
That she was evil.
she
Yeah,
started
that
to
was
feud
good.
with Sasha Banks.
Yeah.
That was a great time. That
Mhm.
was that feud. I felt it. That was a
Right.
good. And then, of course, they went on to make. They did it because they wanted to go on and make history. To
Right.
be like the two African Americans
Fighting each other.
main
That's,
eventing WrestleMania.
her and Bianca.
So-
Yeah.
Yeah, and renovate. Meant for their title.
Right.
That was dope. That was a great time because you could tell they were almost like in,
Yeah. They were both in tears. Yeah.
they're about
When
to
the match
break.
started.
Like, don't break.
Yeah. Smile. Do something. Don't look at me.
Hate
Don't
her,
look
you
at
know. You can't look at her and smile and
Like this girl, like Zelina Vega, when she came out in Puerto Rico,
In Puerto Rico, yeah.
and she had the flag out, and they were cheering her. She
You're gonna
broke
lose,
down
you
the
know
whole
it.
time, and even at the end when she lost, they cheered her
still
on,
on.
and she was
Yep.
ecstatic about it.
I'm like, do that. So I'm pretty sure that they're gonna pay that off because I feel like they're gonna eventually put the belt on her.
Right. Well, they just re-signed her, so
They might, yeah. So they might.
they're gonna do
She's
do
amazing.
something with her.
She's a natural on the stick. I mean,
Oh, yeah. That's
Oh,
Red's cousin. Come on,
she's great.
that's amazing. Red's cousin.
Yeah, she could get down on the microphone.
Yeah.
and-
She's
and,
a good mic worker. She talks.
she's solid in the ring for her size. I mean, I
Mhm.
know she's
Yeah.
gonna get shit for that from people that don't like size.
Yeah, the small wrestler. Yeah.
Small wrestlers, but I'm pretty sure that whole thing is probably gonna get paid off. Hopefully, they go back to Puerto Rico. I don't know, and she'll
Right,
have
and then she'll win NPR.
represents.
I actually thought she was gonna go over in Puerto Rico.
I saw that. No,
At
I
least,
know. I kind of.
I
I mean,
mean,
they
they
did
at
it
least
with,
for that
but Rio was not gonna drop that title.
right. At least for that night. I thought she was gonna get it that night.
Oh,
Hold it
And then
in
lose it the
Puerto
next
Rico,
day.
and then when
It
Monday
would be
came or Friday came for SmackDown,
that would've
Rhea
been it.
would have been like, I
And
want
then
my belt
to
back.
Drop it again.
Yeah, just
it would have been like
just for
Zack
the fan.
Ryder. They did it for Zack Ryder when he did that won the IC belt at Mania.
Oh,
Yeah.
Redrop.
He won the Long Island, and then Raw he lost it,
that's stupid.
and now he's the indie god.
I hate when that's like it
Exactly.
happened to Kane. It happened to like what Ray, even like Ray.
Yeah.
It happened to Ray on the same night. Like,
Yeah, he won the title,
at the beginning of the show.
the show, and then Kane beat him up at the end. Yeah,
I'm like, those were
Tommy
the
Dreamer won the
worst fucking
ECW
days.
belt, lost the belt 5 seconds later.
yeah,
Because-
exactly.
Tommy Dreamer. Like I'm saying, like I hate what make it because those stay with the wrestler. Like it's like, oh man, that time, it's like
Right. That time you only had the belt for 6 seconds.
that negative stat. It's like
Yeah, but then if they did that,
It's like
then they
Christian.
could go away.
like when he
and then
first
come
won the
right back.
world title and then he loses it the next week, and you're like,
Yeah,
can you no longer run? But that's Vince McMahon not giving he's like, I don't care. Like,
right.
okay,
Here-
we'll give the fans what you want. Here you go, happy. Okay, take the belt off and put him on
Right.
someone that draws. Because that's how he thinks. He's like, I
Mhm.
need the person that draws to hold this. So I'm put it on
Right.
Brock again. I'll put it on Cena again. I'll put it on whoever needs to draw me money and
Well, yeah. Well,
and
just
put
like you
people
said
in
with
seats.
that. That's what you're saying that just now. Like the disrespects, the
Yeah,
disrespects of Brock Lesnar. Every time a black wrestler wins the heavyweight title, they bring out Brock to take it away from them.
take it away because
Big E had the belt.
and he's gonna do it in that way, like he did to Kofi to just make people mad.
Yeah.
He's like, he knows, he's like, fuck it. I know people are gonna be mad at this.
Right.
So
Let's just do it.
and now he has the distinction of winning that amazing match at WrestleMania against Danielson,
Brian, and
and
then
then
you lose in 2
squashed
seconds.
in less
You
than
get
2
squashed
seconds.
by Brock the next week or whatever.
Right? He knew that, okay, that's gonna make people mad and emotional, but
Mhm.
Brock's the draw. Kofi knows that. Everybody in the back knows that
Right.
he's the draw. So as company people, they work together to go, okay, I
We
don't
know what's
care.
gonna happen.
Tony's, you're gonna be at the top. You're gonna be making me money. I'm
Right.
still gonna be employed. So
Exactly.
Yeah,
I still got my money for it.
yeah,
check still comes
you're
in at the end of the week.
draw, you're the golden goose. It's it's pretty
Yep.
self-explanatory.
My check
You know
clears at the
you're
end of the month, so I'm good.
Man, look, these are just characters at the end of the day. You think Kofi's really mad that his
Right, that he
character,
lost the belt.
his character lost the belt like that?
It
didn't wanna
probably
make
hurt
sure-
a little bit. It probably hurt a smidge,
Hey,
a little disrespect,
you were given your flowers,
Yeah.
You did your thing. You
You did, yeah, you did what we needed you to do.
all the negative storyline shit. Vince doing that for Kofi,
Mhm.
you made his career. Like,
Right.
He doesn't need to do shit else. He's like,
Right. I'm the champ.
I main
I was
evented
the heavyweight champion
WrestleMania
before.
and won.
Yeah, I won.
And-
Yeah, I won. I won at the big
He
show.
will Run.
I won at the big show. I won at WrestleMania. How many old superstars from when we
Exactly.
were growing up never won a match at WrestleMania?
Yeah, exactly.
Or the main event at WrestleMania?
They weren't given the chance.
Yeah,
They weren't given that confidence. So for Vince to be like, "Yo, all right, yeah, that was it." Because I'm trying to think. Vince was because there was a
Yeah,
few
Vince-
times Vince has stepped away, but he
Yeah, Vince was there when that happened.
He was in charge for that. Yep.
He was in charge during COVID.
And he did it for he did it for Lashley too.
Yeah.
Vince did.
Yeah,
It's
gave
like
it to Lashley, and then
he
Brock
made
came in
this-
and took it.
Yeah.
He did it
it's
to
like-
he did it to Big E.
He did it for
Brock
the
came in and took it from him.
Like I said, calling. Stop belly aching already.
Yeah.
We haven't had a black champion since, Ahmed. No, Ahmed Johnson.
No,
Who was the original? Fucking damn.
Oh,
Ron Simmons.
Ron Simmons, yeah.
Ron Simmons when he beat
But he
Vader.
went to WCW, he beat Vader, yeah.
It's like, all right, fine. Like, you really need this?
Yeah.
It's like, fine.
The
just
first
doesn't-
African war, yeah.
He's like, guess what's gonna happen though?
Like, you know what's gonna happen?
Seconds.
We're gonna have a black heavyweight champion, but I'm gonna make sure the most Aryan looking wrestler is gonna beat you.
Yes.
Blonde hair, blue eyes,
The most fucking albino motherfucker
Yeah.
on the planet.
the alpha male. The alpha male is gonna take you guys.
And he knows that that's gonna. I mean, look, Brock can't help that he looks the way he looks. I mean, he's a freaking
Right.
freak,
He's a
genetic freak.
monster. That guy's ridiculous.
And you would be any. I don't care if he was purple. You put
Right.
that motherfucker. You put the belt on him because of what he can do.
Exactly.
He looks. Then he
Mhm.
went to the
That's a
UFC.
wrestler. That's what a wrestler's supposed to look like.
Exactly. That is the quintessential wrestler.
Mhm.
And you
But-
can't. You can't fuck with that. That's the golden goose. Him.
Yeah, exactly.
Now-
He
now
draws
Punk-
money. Every time he comes in, he draws money.
Everybody knows Punk is gonna draw
Money,
money.
As soon as that music hits for him,
Yep.
the arena goes ape shit. He comes in, he walks into that ring, he F5s whoever's inside of it, and walks away. And
he
I did
says-
my job.
And he's stiff as fuck too.
Yeah, I
Fuck
did my
you.
job. That's all I had to do. And then like right now,
Yeah.
we got Roman. The only thing, what Roman's going through now is one of the best things that have happened to him.
Mm.
When he turned heel, he got the belt. It's great for his storyline, the whole bloodline thing that went through, the ending of the bloodline, how it's working out now.
Right.
Only thing I don't like about what's going on with Roman is that he has the Brock Lesnar contract.
Right.
Like, I'm the champ. I fight you once. I don't got to come back for 7 months. Title's in limbo. Nobody can fight for that title.
Yeah.
Growing up, if you didn't defend that title within 30 days, they took it away from you.
I think that gimmick is
Goddamn
there
Commissioner
because
Jack
like that
Tunney.
because he's doing shit on. I would like to think that he's doing these other projects on the side. He's doing.
Oh, no, I agree with that. But I'm just saying,
He needs
Those-
the time.
right. He needs the time. But I feel like, all right,
And
I know you need the time outside to do outside stuff, but you're still our champ. You got to show up at least.
He's putting that out there like, oh, I'm this champ. I'm this.
Yeah, I'm
great
the champ. I come whenever I want to.
I
Yeah,
don't need to defend the title. He's got
yeah.
less.
I don't need to
He's
show
got
up.
less title defenses than Seth right now.
Yeah, and since Seth had the new belt, he's
So they
He's
put the
been
title, they
champ-
basically made that belt for someone to have a belt to defend. To
right.
have a belt to defend while he's doing shit.
Right. Because Roman's been champ since 2019.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
And hasn't lost the belt.
He came back and beat up on him.
Yeah, they beat Bray and Braun for the belt.
Braun, yeah.
And Seth got the belt recently, and Seth has more title defenses in that
Already.
short period of time than Roman has in the 5 years he's been a champ.
Got like 30 or 40, something like 40 title defenses already.
And
Like on the show, between the shows and the
house shows and stuff like
on
that.
the
Yeah.
road, yeah, he's had like something like 50 title
Mhm.
defenses. So
See-
he's a working champion, and
Right.
of course you should have that. And Roman is the in the storyline as a character, he's like this
Yeah,
this-
he's the
a big shot that
he's the omnipotent one.
and he's counting every day as if he's defending
Yeah.
the title like every
I'm
week.
home,
Nah,
but I'm the champ. I'm the champ for a million days already. Let's
I have
go.
one match a month, and I'm the greatest. And you gotta love that because
Yeah.
if they wanted the role for him to be that kind of champion to defend it,
It's
himself,
work.
they could have, but
Yeah.
it's smarter to make him that heel. He's a heel, so he's like,
Right. And it's worked for him because it's funny. It's funny to see how the character changed from when they were
what an
when it was him, Dean, and Seth together. And they were the Shield as villains as the Shield. Fans booed them because they were booing them as a group.
Mhm.
When they split them up and they were trying to force feed Roman to us as a good guy, nobody wanted him.
Right.
Nobody wanted him.
And one, he had no appeal.
Right.
No,
But then when he got, he had the leukemia thing.
and they were trying to make him a baby face, and he's clearly a heel.
Right.
He's a better
heel. Then he came back, and then he looks at he's there. He looks at the wise man, and the wise man sitting in his locker room, and the fans went nuts when they saw Paul Heyman because he knew what was going to happen, and he took it to the top.
With Paul Heyman, he's going to take you.
Yeah, he brought his cousins in. He raised them up, like he said. Yeah. He raised Jay up when Jay was by himself. When Jimmy was out hurt, Jimmy came back and put them together.
Jay.
That's one of the greatest storylines.
Little Jay, you can't beat me.
Yeah. And then they brought Sammy in. They made Sammy an honorary Uso.
That was the greatest.
And they raised Sammy's stock up as well.
That was Oscar worthy shit right there.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Amazing.
And then that night at Mania when it was him against Kevin, and they're in the ring, and he's telling him, don't hit him no more, leave him alone.
Yeah.
And Roman's like, no, you hit him. I want you to hit him now. And he was like, what are you doing? Why are you crying? You're not supposed to be crying. And Paul in his commentary on the outside, there's no crying in wrestling.
Oh, and the War Games?
Yeah. No, in Mania.
Oh, at Mania, okay.
Was it Mania or Survivor Series?
They had a War Games match at some point where
they had the War Games match. That's when they trusted Sammy.
He tells him to attack.
Right, that's when he told him to attack. Right, but when Kevin fought, when Kevin fought Roman as for the title,
right,
and then Sammy turned face again, and he laced it with the steel chair.
Yeah.
And that the fans went nuts when he blasted him.
Oh, wow.
And then the whole storyline, Jay didn't like him, and Jimmy was his boy, and he had to get Jay's, he had to get Jay in his good graces, and he was in his good graces. And then when he laced Roman with that chair, that Jay was like, "What did you do? What's wrong with you? You were my boy. Why did you do that?" And they jumped him.
Jay can freaking act his ass off.
Oh yeah.
But low key, currently, I'm like Jimmy right now. Low key, what the shit that he's doing, his expressions and
his facial expressions, the
way he's
when Roman's around him,
because of the two is from what I've seen in interviews of the two, Jay is a straight guy and he's a straight man and he's more, and Jimmy's known to be more comedic. He's the Costello,
right?
Like two. In their life, in real life, they're like Jimmy is a funny motherfucker. That dude, he's hilarious, and Jay isn't as funny. He's more of a straighter guy, even though he could get down a little bit. But you could see Jimmy on the side when he playing, when he smacks the dude, like the guys at the rope, he smack him and he'll look at the crowd with his hand in the air and he start dancing, and you're like
even now with the whole thing, with Jay's gone, and he was doing the yeet, and Roman would look at him. He's like, we don't do that here. We don't do that no more. Even when he did the interview by himself, he said yeet, and his phone rang, and it's Roman. He was like, "Tribal Chief says no yeets."
When he told him when they were in the ring and he anointed
Solo,
Solo,
as the heir apparent,
he's just like. They made sure to put the camera on him. Man.
Like when he went to go shake his hand,
he's just like.
When he went to go shake his hand, he didn't shake his hand. He tapped himself. He gave himself his own tap.
I was like, yes.
He's
so good.
They killed, not that they killed it, but they stopped the whole Bloodline series to an extent, like the main storyline, but they still have the Bloodline thing going on.
Oh, it's still going on.
So I'm just waiting to see what they're gonna do. I'm praying that what they're talking about for 40 isn't true. That they're gonna bring Rock back. Oh no, because he's the true Bloodline and blah blah blah.
He may make an appearance, but they shouldn't have.
They shouldn't put in a fight, Roman. Not at all.
Never. Not at this point.
The story should end. Cody should end his story with Roman. Get the belt.
Yeah.
See, and now that's another thing that's coming up. We got Royal Rumble coming up in January.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
What story do we tell? Do we tell Cody finishing his story? You know, getting that belt for his dad,
Winning
or do we get
winning
we get
Rumble.
the story of the prodigal son getting the belt, getting the Royal Rumble win, and
I think
going and
Punk's gonna
get
be
the
Both. We're gonna
going
get
for the
both.
belt against Seth or Roman, depending on who he wants to
We're gonna
fight.
get both. We're gonna get both. My
How do you
prediction is we're gonna have that both of them eliminate each other. They're gonna be the last two in the ring. They're
That'd
gonna
be great.
eliminate each other. They're both gonna fall at the same time,
Mhm.
and it's
And
gonna
they'll
cause a fight.
they'll both get
And they're both
a
gonna get
shot.
a shot.
Mm.
But now
And
is Money in the Bank after
after Raw,
Royal Rumble, before Mania?
it's after Mania.
It's after Mania.
Yeah,
Okay, so then it would have
that's
to
the
be a
problem
Mania
because now
story.
you got this guy. This
Yeah,
guy.
now that's another thing. Now where do we go with Damien? Damien has that maleta. He should have
saying-
cashed it in already.
He's true.
He should have cashed it in on Seth already. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
he should-
He's on the. He's gonna be like on that shocker.
yeah.
Like he's either gonna do it.
Right. He's either going to do that Mania because he has up until WrestleMania to use it.
And he's a Raw wrestler.
Yeah.
So he may
But
do it.
he's a Raw wrestler. But remember the that doesn't matter. If you have the Money in the Bank, you could choose any champion.
Any
You
championship.
don't have to choose the Raw champion.
I could see him going after Punk. If Punk beats Seth
Right.
at Mania, I could see him coming out and taking out Punk.
Right.
and winning it, or vice versa. If Seth ends up, he's going to do it to someone there. I don't think he's going to do it to. I mean, it'll be more of a fucked up thing to do it if Cody wins, and then
Right.
he
He
comes
takes
out
it from Cody. Yeah.
and beats him right there, and you're like, all that time, you know,
All that time, and you held it for an hour, for 10 minutes.
you did it for your dad, and then it's like,
Yeah.
oh,
Here comes Damian
whatever his
Priest.
name is, Chokeslam is whatever,
Here-
South of Heaven,
South of the border, whatever it was.
South of Heaven to the table.
The Punishment Martinez. Come on. We need a Boricua champion. The last time we had was Carlos Colon. Let's go.
That would be insane because, goddamn, I feel like you see that as a heel champion,
Mhm.
he has drawing power. I could tell.
Right.
You can see Priest he has presence.
Right.
He has enough presence. He has enough. And that match was it? When would that match happen with him and Bad Bunny? That match that he had.
Oh, when they fought in Puerto Rico, Backlash.
That was Backlash. Okay, Backlash. I know there was
That was a great fight.
Did you see? I mean, that was amazing. And just the way Priest was just his character, it just came out, through the screen. Like he has it. They just need to position him just right. And then they'll have somebody to fall back on, you know, champion wise. If
and it's funny because he fought that match. You have to give credit to both of them because Bad Bunny did his thing, whatever.
Yeah.
David, he shocked the hell out of me in that one. But,
wow.
but not even that because like he's fought 3 times already, right? He fought as a tag team with Damien.
Mm-hmm.
Then he fought against Damien. Then he fought somebody else, didn't he? Hasn't he been in 3 pay-per-view matches already? And he's won all 3 of them.
Oh man, I know he did something where he did.
He fought with Damien against.
I think it was
Fought,
earlier.
it was him and Damien against Miz and John Morrison.
Who was the one that he did a Canadian Destroyer on somebody?
That was when he fought with against the Miz and Morrison.
Who was that?
On the outside, yeah.
Who was that?
Morrison, John Morrison.
Yeah. Okay. So
yeah, that was a tag match.
That was the
but
first.
Didn't he have another match after that, like in between the Damian Priest fight?
He did. Yeah.
I think he's had 3 fights in WWE, and he's won all 3 of them.
Yeah. Yep.
But like I was saying, he had that match with Damien, and he was spectacular in the match.
That match.
Yeah, Damien carried him, but Benito held his own. He did what he had to do.
And the storyline, he messed
and then the storyline worked out. They were buddies together. He was telling him, mind your business.
I have my
stay out of it. And Bad Bunny got into the business of the Judgment Day, and he had to take his licks.
I have my reservations with shit like that whenever, because outsiders coming in and
right.
It's one thing if they guest star and fight here and there, but if they're like kind of like Logan Paul, I mean,
Mhm.
Logan Paul, I could
guy.
understand because he's already an athlete and he's a fighter. He can do it,
Right.
even though you could tell, okay, he's kind of like Kurt Angle. Like Kurt Angle came in,
Mm-hmm.
won the Olympics, didn't know shit about pro wrestling, didn't pick
And
it
he
up.
took onto it quick.
He picked it up fast, but not as fast as people make it out to be. Like he
Right.
didn't get it here for. He had all
Right.
the athleticism, but he just didn't get it here yet.
Mhm.
And all he needed was to get it there, and then it clicked.
Right.
Once he got it up here and understood the psychology, and then he married it with, oh, I could have this gimmick and act like I could
Right.
really be a bad guy.
I could be myself. I could be myself and be Logan Paul. I could be Logan Paul and have the belt.
They're
Yeah.
like, no, hating you is good. It's like,
Right.
like, oh, because you don't understand. He's like, I'm supposed to be a hero. People are supposed to like me, and they're like,
Right.
you don't get it. They
then
don't like
it's
you
more
by
like-
hating you.
Then it's funny because like even his matches that he's fought, you know, he fought Roman in Saudi. He fought Seth in Saudi. You know, don't get me wrong. Like, you know, it's like how you said they have guys come in or whatever. You know, he came in his first match. He came in. He was fighting Roman for the heavyweight belt.
Exactly.
You know, be like, you got guys in the back. You know, they're gonna be pissed off. You know, I've been fighting all this time. Don't get a championship match.
You're gonna
This
get
guy
your-
comes out and he's getting a match in Saudi Arabia.
and then this is your top champion. This isn't some like middle. This
Yeah,
is
exactly. You're fighting the main guy.
You're fighting a main guy, and
Mhm.
that's giving a lot of like. To me, I would have gone that route, but
And he did the frog splash.
but
He did
that's
the frog splash with the phone on,
but then
and
you're
Vader
like,
take this whole ride down.
he's overachieving. It's kind of like this dude,
Yeah.
The other dude, the McAfee, another
Yeah.
one who's like,
Yeah, Pat.
he picked it up as a natural, and you're like,
Yeah.
he's doing shit. You're like, dudes it takes some years
Takes years to do it. Yep.
to do, and I'm like,
But like you
I
said,
don't know how I feel
the
about it.
athletes already.
That's like me going, I can go into this dojo and fuck up the master. You know, like I could fight with the master already. I'm like, no, you can't. You gotta be like a white belt first, you know.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta come in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Man. No, I've been a blue belt here and there. I've done it all, so I could come in and challenge him. So that's what you having me try to believe that okay, Logan
Right.
Paul was already athletically there.
Right. You know,
Didn't
he was athletic on the
Waiting
outside. You
for
know,
us.
he had his boxing matches that he lost. You know,
Exactly. I'm like, you're
But,
a
you know,
monster. You're not a
he's
wrestler.
doing something. You know, he's has some form of athleticism in him.
You gotta be like, okay,
It's not. Let's put it this way. It's not like Drew Carey coming in to fight. You know.
my issue is with Bad Bunny. That's the thing. Bad Bunny has no combat.
Right. Exactly. But he was born and raised in Puerto Rico. Come on.
He was
He
He fought in the streets of San Juan. You know,
Oh my
he's like the mean
God.
street posse, the mean streets of Greenwich. You know,
I'm
he
tired
fought
of
in La
celebrities
Perla, you
playing
know.
wrestling.
fighting what's
he
that?
fought in La Perla all his life. You know, it's rough down there.
The gangsters over there, bro.
Yeah. So, what do you think about the whole TNA coming back?
It's dumb.
Just the name.
It's so
Just
dumb.
the name.
It's just the name,
Yeah.
and it's funny because
Yeah, it's the same
they're
company.
bringing back TNA. They're bringing back at least the name of TNA. It's still Impact Wrestling or whatever, but
Impact.
there's nothing else to it. Like you're not gonna come and you're not gonna fight anybody else. You got the
It's not
same guys in your squad.
roster,
and
you
it's
got
like
these brand new talent.
Nothing.
No,
It's like
the same people. You're like, okay, so
it's like
you
we're like,
Impact-
all right, you just changed the name, but you got the same guys there.
yeah. It's like,
Like
why?
why did this guy like what's this guy's name? Eddie. What's his
Eddie
name?
Edwards.
Yeah, Eddie Edwards. That gimmick he has now is horrifying.
It's crash.
The Boston, the Boston bully or whatever he is. He should have stayed as one of the Wolves.
Wolves, yeah.
I mean, but he lost his partner. His partner retired.
His partner turned, but he can still, stay in that form of a gimmick. Why did you turn into a poor man's Raven?
His partner had that like
He became a
that-
Sheamus.
he had like
Yeah,
that
Yeah, he had that Dynamite Kid in him. Yeah,
my kid style. You know,
yeah, he had the Dynamite in him. Yeah,
Hockey guy, so he's like, I gotta go this route, but it worked for him. But Eddie Edwards, I don't know what the fuck
Yeah.
supposed to be.
he's horrible.
He has no charisma.
There's no charisma. It's like this guy.
Like
Moose.
Adam Page.
Moose got no charisma too. Hate
It's
that
like
fucker.
no, what's his name?
Oh, Moose is terrible. Oh my god.
Like James Storm's partner.
just because Moose has a look, they're trying to push him like, oh, he can sell. We don't know who you don't. We don't know you. Like,
Yeah.
like you're not.
What was James Storm's partner in Beer Money? Not Beer Money. American
Bobby Roode.
American Most Wanted.
Chris Wildcat. Chris.
Yeah, the Wildcat. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's Eddie. You know.
Oh,
James Storm went up.
Right.
You know, they put Chris. They brought Chris to WWE. He had his cup of coffee and they got rid of him. And they didn't do nothing with him. And he came back for Impact showing. You know, he teamed up with James Storms again.
But that's what AEW is becoming, man.
Right.
It's becoming this like it's gonna be like a guest, you know.
Right. Let's bring back all our old talent and just let them fight for a bit.
Coming in and out of TNA,
right?
Early on, like CM Punk was there. You know,
just bringing the Von Erichs. They have no history.
No, AEW got them already. You know,
it's AEW doing the same thing.
But they have no history with AEW, so
yeah,
mid-tier people that you know.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then we got
the stress.
It's funny. It's funny because you know we all know WWE is the number one. You know, AEW try to come in. You know, they snuck in a few months here or there, but we still had other promotions, and like they didn't even try. Like they didn't even try. Like MLW. MLW has had a decent roster, but it's like nobody watches it.
Then you need a deal. You need a TV deal.
Then you have NWA. Like I think out of all the promotions that they've put together with TNA, AEW, Impact, all those things, to me, NWA is like the worst one.
Yeah.
Because even though like the style of wrestling, even though the style of show that they have is the style that we grew up on with the old WCW, the Turner, the TBS, and the NWA back in the day.
Yeah. With the bad
for this day and age, that doesn't work. That soundstage studio with the crowds up against the wall, and you have the podium, and the guys come up to talk on the podium, and you have your guy with the blade with the logo.
There's a niche for that.
Yes, that's a South. That's definitely a South wrestling federation.
Of course, yeah.
But then it's like carny as shit. Yeah. Like even the wrestling that they got
purposely because they knew there's that throwback flavor, and I kind of liked it a bit, especially when they had Cornette on it for a little bit. They had him on commentary, and then he lost it because he said some shit.
But then it's funny because you know they have their little carny stuff with it or whatever. But then at one point you had Eddie and Homicide on the show.
I know,
and they were the tag team champs at that point.
They had this dude as the champion, fucking Murdoch. Trevor
Murdoch as the champ.
I was like,
I think this guy was Sandow. I think Sandow was the champ. He was the U.S. champ or something like that.
Aaron.
Yeah, whatever his name is. Yeah,
real name.
Yeah, Marlo. Yeah,
Aaron Koloff.
Yeah, then you had him with his mask guy, the Question, or whatever he was.
He had a gi. He would come out with with
the gi and Like, he had his sidekick, the guy with the mask. One. That's what he did. One.
I mean, they tried.
Yeah, you know? but it's not. You know, it's not a thing. Like, you know, back in the days, that would have worked. With the
you could leave those things on YouTube because you could watch them.
You don't have to have a whole promotion for that.
You don't want to network with that stuff because it's not going to take off. You're going to be like either that or you're going to live in the 3 a.m. If it's like television, you're going to be on like access television at like 4 a.m.
Well, just like MLW. MLW had their Christmas show on YouTube.
Right.
Live. And that's when Hammerstone fought Fatu. And it's, I guess, Hammerstone's not signed anymore. So he's leaving MLW.
Free agent, finally.
Yeah, he's a free agent. So see now with that, Hammerstone leaves MLW.
Where'd he go? I'm afraid for him.
Now it would be smart. It would be smart for him to go someplace good.
Yeah.
But if you want a storyline for him, he has to go to AEW.
True.
Because remember, it was him it was him and MJF together.
True. The Dynasty
What was it? The Dynasty? I think that's the name of the group that they had.
with Holiday.
Yeah, with Holiday and them. Yeah. So
Yeah.
now, did he leave MLW in time?
Yeah.
To show up tomorrow and be I'm the masked man?
I would either go there or I would either go there or ROH.
Yeah. But it's still if you go to ROH, it's still
ROH until that storyline blows over.
right.
I'll show up at ROH like, oh my god, like give him like a proper, oh my god,
proper entrance. Yeah.
he's here, and he's gonna be in ROH, whatever, and give ROH a little, because ROH is a little just more prestigious than MLW.
Right.
So give him like that great debut, and have him squash somebody, have him show his dominance, and be like, "Oh my God, Harrison, he hit the nightmare, whatever pendulum." Show that he's there, and like, okay, he has some. We know his history. Have the commentators tell his story, and
he's building up
with our AEW World Champ, and you don't have to show them together yet. Don't have them come together.
Right.
Have them there until that thing blows over. Then put it in. Somehow make him debut at AEW. Make him. Tony Khan doesn't get doesn't understand this, how these things work.
He doesn't have the genius for it.
As a freaking jobber and do stupid shit with the wrong people, with of course his mascot toy. He likes, oh my God, have him do some stupid shit with Orange doing this, kicking his legs, and Hansel's just gonna stand there, and you're like, you're gonna do this.
And what's funny about that with Orange Cassidy, as much as we hate it now,
I would put Orange Cassidy in front of him, try to do that shit, and then have Hammerstone just, oh my God, outside the ring,
kick him in the stomach and powerbomb him like when Brock did that to Spike Dudley when they first caught him. Yeah, he powerbommed like 5 times, then threw him out the ring.
Kill him.
But it's funny, like we hate Orange now. But when he was in the Indies, he was a show, like you said, he was a showpiece.
That's the PWG bullshit. Yeah. That fake shit. That's like, you're supposed to have me buy this, like buy that. It's a show to them.
Exactly. It's sports entertainment.
Real wrestling. I mean, I say it like that because
wrestling finishers are used as regular moves. That's what kind of
wrestling isn't real, right? But we
that's another funny thing about that.
You don't shit on the fact that it's not real by doing unrealistic shit.
Right. And that's another funny thing that I was talking about before to someone else. When they started AEW, the first, like if you go back to their press conference for the first day, when they started AEW that they opened up in Jacksonville, Matt Jackson said, we're not going to be about stories and this and that and backstage stories and this and that. And that's all they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they dropped the rankings now and shit.
Yeah, now there's no more rankings. They have the little storylines.
Sold us a fucking bill of goods, bro. They sold me a bill of goods because I heard, at least half of them, definitely Cody was saying, we want this is going to be sports-based presentation. So basically the NWA presentation, but with a higher budget, with like that presentation of like a real wrestling, like people coming in just to wrestle and compete and have a ranking system and be pushed the way a champ should be pushed. This is going to be the presentation, but with like the WWE money, like that presentation. So it's like NWA on steroids, right? Like it's going to be lights, camera, action, but the wrestling is not going to be backstage with the camera on them. The camera's there, but you don't know that it's there. You're faking acting like
people look at the TV from the side.
TV does that we've bought for years is like, there's a camera there, bro. Like, hey,
people standing.
We're gonna jump this guy. Like the camera's there, so it's like they're not gonna do that.
Right. People standing with their backs to the TV and not looking at it.
Right. That's sports entertainment. This is sports-based presentation, right? With all the bells and whistles that come with it. So I was like, oh, I'm in, man. If this is gonna be like the way that that All In, or was it the first All In?
Yeah, the first pay-per-view, yeah, All In.
And that shit, yeah, sign me up. Okay, something new. I was so freaking pumped. And then they went in the first battle royal that you saw, you were like, there's literally a legless person in this fucking match, and he's hitting people and he's throwing people. I was like,
Some people out the ring with no legs.
I couldn't after that. I was like, this is
Then Orange versus Tommy.
Then they had Jelly. I mean, they call him Jelly Nutella, but you know, Jelly, whatever his fucking name is.
Mm-hmm.
He was the worst. And they were pushing all these people that you never heard, that you knew they were all these PWG. And what's the other company that does that? The one
Chikara.
Chikara people.
Yeah.
You saw Chikara all throughout this fucking show,
Mm-hmm.
like, except for the Cody and his brother
and Dustin.
It was a
Yeah,
legit match. The only, still probably arguably the best match that AEW's had in their history in terms of like
brother versus brother match. Yeah,
in terms of psychology, execution, the way that.
It was like that because of the wrestlers that were in it.
Thank you, because they know
the psychology of the wrestling.
They know what they're doing.
They're the sons of the American dream. Come on, they know psychology.
So you saw these other matches where that Young Buck match, okay, the high spots were crazy, and everybody was doing when they were doing Canadian Destroyers onto the damn, apron and all this. Like, I was like, damn, that looks sick, because it's been a while since I've seen like a spot fest like that.
Right, this ECW, because ECW was just that.
It's been a long time since I've seen like it was just like one after the other, and you were like, okay, I could live with this, if they keep it at that level, but not because they were set at that time. At least they were selling it in a way where you believed, okay,
right, exactly.
It wasn't the ring, and they were out of it, like they weren't
right.
like.
It wasn't like how they were doing it afterwards, that you were getting Canadian Destroyer off the top of a ladder.
Off of that, and you would not sell it.
They kick out on one.
Then you're back up on offense. You're doing shit after, and you're like, this isn't a video game. Like, wait. So they had it right in that first show. I felt like they had it right. Like, you could do the high spots, but register it.
Right, exactly.
Sell it like you just killed them. And it was like a cut, and then they had that cut. They had a comeback. They had a swing. The pendulum swung a lot in that match, and that's what I mean. It's like don't just no sell moves where you're like, now you're fucking invincible. Like,
that's like
cold now.
Yeah,
like, you can't be hurt.
You got the star from Mario, the invincible star. You just keep running around.
The cloak of invincibility now. Like, what is this? Like,
and it's funny because they have the matches. I'm a fan of Pentagon and Ray Phoenix. But like you say, after 15 super kicks to the face, somebody got to fall.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody got to fall. You can't super kick me 3 times like you getting up
on the ladder.
Yeah, Canadian Destroyer on the ladder, on the cement, in the walkway, kicks out at 1. What the hell happened? What's going on?
Exactly. It's
all right. Guys, I gotta go.
I was gonna get ready to cut it off too. Because I gotta prepare for the greatest wrestling show ever.
An hour.
What is that? Tonight?
What? The greatest wrestling show ever?
Oh, is it Rampage or something?
It's Monday. It's Friday Night SmackDown.
Oh, SmackDown.
But it's a best of show. So it's another best of.
Is it? Oh, it's a best of. Okay, so there's no need to watch it. But
no need to watch it.
Yeah, I was just wanted to do a little talk with the wrestling.
It's been a while.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys came on. I appreciate it.
Next time we get Gerst back on here.
Yeah, next time we get Gerst, you can talk more wrestling. So just to give a shout out.
What's happening, you bad motherfuckers?
Thanks for coming out. I'll see you later.
All right, guys.
Peace, y'all. It's good.